Hey there, I'm Hannah and this is Real Yoga, and today we're going to do real yoga for a sore back. So I've actually dedicated this video to my younger sister who always complains every time I speak to her that her back is hurting. So Sarah, you better do this video. I'll guide you as best as I can, and anyone else that wants to help alleviate some back pain. I mean, who doesn't have back pain from time to time? So when you're ready, grab your stretchy pants and I'll meet you on the mat. All right, we'll start in child's pose with the knees together, feet together. Start to walk the hands forward and relax the forehead down towards the mat. The arms can be really relaxed here as well, so you can even bring the forearms down. And then let's just use our breath to come into the space, come into our body. So on an inhale, really feel that the belly presses into the tops of the thighs. And exhale, let the breath go, relax. Nice. On your next inhale breath, send that breath into the back body. Start to feel the skin of the back body stretch as you breathe in. And again, exhale, release everything. Nice. Keep breathing like this, really sending the breath into the back. Feeling the skin stretch across the ribs or the lower back body. And then really releasing all that air on the exhale and just using the exhale to relax even deeper. Nice. Sorry, buddy. And then start to walk the hands over to the right hand side. When you can't go any further, stay low and bring the forehead back down towards the mat. Start to feel the stretch now across the left side body, maybe the left hip, the left ribs, maybe even all the way into the left arm. Keep breathing into that back. And then fingertips walk back through the center and all the way to the left side this time, releasing the head down once you've gone as far as you can go. And then again, really just breathe into that back body. Start to feel the stretch across the right rib cage now, maybe even the right shoulder, right arm. And then walking the hands back through the center. Press into the hands and then use them to lift yourself all the way up onto all fours. Okay, great. Once we're here, bring the knee points underneath the hip points, double points, and bring the wrists underneath the shoulders. Start to press into the tops of the feet, and one of the best things we can do for our back is cat-cow, spinal flexion. So when you're ready, inhale, drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the butt bones up, lift the chin. This is inhale breath, cow pose. And then exhale, press into the hands, start to round through the spine. Press the shoulder blades away from each other, draw the belly in, cat pose. So think of a cat that's really scared. And then on your next inhale breath, we drop the belly, squeeze the shoulders together, look up. And following your breath, exhale, draw the belly button in, keep pressing into the mat. Nice. Take a couple more rounds. Really starting to feel this movement through the spine. Curling the butt up as you inhale. And then tucking the butt under as you exhale. Nice. And then if it feels good to start taking some movement from side to side, maybe making some circles with the hips and the body. Get the elbows, the head and neck involved, go in the opposite direction. Just finding some nice fluid organic movement that feels good here. Nice. And then we'll come back to center, set those hands back up again so shoulders are directly over the wrists. And then this time take the knees as wide as your yoga mat, bring the big toes to touch. Press into the left hand and inhale, reach the right arm up high. Reach up to the sky, open the chest, start to lean back, find space. And then as you exhale, thread that arm all the way underneath. Come onto the right ear, the outside of the right shoulder. Beautiful. And then press into that left hand to find even more space across the upper back here. Nice. And then feel like someone's pulling at your hips, hip creases, sending that butt back behind you. Find even more length across the whole spine. Nice. If you've got all that and it feels good, maybe you reach that left arm up to the sky. You can even bend the elbow and take a bind to reach for the opposite thigh, but just choose whichever bus stop there that felt the best for your body. Nice. When you're ready, return the hand if it moved, and then press into that left hand. Inhale, right arm goes all the way up to the sky, look up, and exhale, replace the hand back down underneath the shoulder. Beautiful. And then from here, inhale, left arm goes high. First, find all this space. Really lean back, open the chest. And then exhale to thread that arm all the way under. This time we come onto the left ear, outside of the left shoulder. Again, first press into the base hand to find even more length, more space in the chest. And then if this feels good, stay here, or you can reach that arm up to the sky. Or you can bend the elbow, take a bind, wrap around for maybe the opposite thigh. And again, really feel like someone's pulling you from this point in your body. And then send the butt back. Find this length through the spine. Nice. Replace the hand if it moved. And then press into that right hand to inhale, lift the left arm all the way back up to the sky. And exhale to take it back down. Nice. Move the knees back underneath the hips. And then shift the hands forward. We're going to come all the way down onto the belly. Beautiful. So let's take the hands underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders back, press into the tops of the feet here. Really press into the tops of the feet. Shoulders go back even more. Elbows start to draw back, and we inhale, lift up, find cobra. Nice. Exhale, release back down. Beautiful. Let's do this one again. Inhale, really lift the chest. Draw the shoulders back. Feel like they slide back behind you. And at the same time, the heart starts to reach forward. Gaze is straight ahead or down at the mat. Try not to crank through the neck so much. Really, really pressing into the tops of those feet. Inhale, breath. And exhale, release everything back down. Nice. Take the forearms down to the mat again this time. Beautiful. Spread those fingers really wide. Elbows come underneath the shoulders here. Find this point in the legs. So the legs are really, really long. We're really pressing into the tops of the feet. For me, I can really feel the sun shining on my feet here. And then at the same time, press the pelvis down towards the mat. We push into the elbows, into the forearms to find lift. All right, from here, roll the shoulders back again. Inhale, find this lift. Press into the tops of the feet, pressing into the pelvis, and then exhale, draw those elbows back again as the heart reaches forward. Nice. Sphinx pose. Gaze again is straight ahead. Take a few breaths here. Nice. And then if you like, you can look over your left shoulder. Just get a little bonus neck stretch. Keep pressing away from your mat so we're not dumping the shoulders down here. Everything is lifted and strong. And then maybe look ahead and over the right shoulder. Nice. Beautiful. Take another big breath in, come back to center. And then exhale, release down. Hands come back underneath the shoulders. We tuck the toes. Bend the knees and the hips back towards the heels first. So toes are tucked under. And then from here, keep this length as you lift the hips up and start to find a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Keep the knees really bent here as you pedal one leg at a time. Maybe straightening the other if that feels really good. Nice. But the main thing is to keep these knees bent so you can really find this length through the spine and melt your chest down towards the earth. Beautiful. Relax the head and neck. Shake it out a little yes, a little no. And if you've straightened your legs, try to avoid doing that. Keep them bent again. Keep rolling the butt up to the sky. Nice. This should feel really nice in the back. Really, like lots and lots of length here. Keep pressing into the mat. Press your hands away from you. Press the butt in the opposite direction. Nice. And then now if it feels good, you can start to straighten the legs, but keep all this length that you've already created. Beautiful. So either choose to have straight legs, or you can keep the knees bent, keep the spine long. It doesn't really matter. And then start to bring the weight into the right hand. Take the left hand to the outside of the right leg, either the shin, the ankle, the thigh. It doesn't really matter what you can grab a hold of. And then take your torso underneath your right armpit. Whew, find this big twist. You can give yourself a little snippy. Nice. Beautiful. Really keep sending the torso through underneath that right arm. Amazing twist. And then release, come back to center. And then opposite side. So bring the weight into the left hand. Right hand comes to the outside of the left leg, wherever you can reach for. And then send that left torso, left side of the torso, actually your whole torso, underneath that left armpit now. Nice. Keep finding breath. I know this is really strong, but at the same time, it's this really incredible twist. So nice for the back. And then release, come back to center. Beautiful. Give it a little twisty, a little shaky, whatever you need. And then when you're ready, bend the knees, look in between the hands, and begin to walk the feet all the way up to the top of the mat until you find your forward fold. Plant the feet hip distance apart. Again, bend the knees a lot and then relax. Release the head over the belly. Maybe grab a hold of opposite elbows. And breathe. If it feels good to sway the body from side to side, go ahead and do that. And again, if you've straightened through the legs here, try to avoid that. Try to really, really bend through the knees so you can feel that the belly and the thighs are touching, they're connected. Shake out the head, a little yes, a little no. Come back to those hip points again that we were talking about before and feel like if someone came and lifted you up by your hips, you would just dangle down like a ragdoll. This pose is sometimes called ragdoll pose. So channel your inner ragdoll. Feel really heavy through the top body. And then slowly bring the fingertips down to the mat. Walk the feet out just a little. Toes point out to the sides. And then bend the knees even more. Start to drop down through the butt. And we come into Malasana or squat pose. So I'll just come front on so you can see what we're doing. So our toes are out to 45 degrees. If the heels are lifted, this is totally fine, totally normal. If not, it's also cool. And then bring the hands together at the heart and find this lift and length again through the spine. So the elbows press into the insides of the knees and our chest lifts. Beautiful. So maybe this feels like it doesn't have a lot to do with alleviating the pressure in the back, but sometimes our hips can be the cause of a lot of lower back issues. So it's nice to keep the hips nice and healthy as well. So this pose and the next pose are for those little hips. Beautiful. Find a breath in here. Exhale. Release. Drop the butt a little lower. Lift a little higher through the spine. Close your eyes if you feel brave. Nice. And then take the hands behind you and then come to sit back down on the butt. Great. So from here, bend the knees, feet are planted flat on the mat, and then we'll lean back. My face is going to go in the sun. I shouldn't complain. It's almost the end of my European summer, so I should make the most of it. Okay, so feet are hip distance apart. And we're flat on the back here. Lift the right leg up to the sky, flex the foot a lot, and then cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So right ankle over the left thigh, and then lift the left toes off the mat so the shin is parallel. Thread the hand through the hoard and around the back, and then interlace the fingers behind the left knee. That was a lot of instruction. So just make sure that you feel pretty set up. Make sure both feet have a little bit of activity in them, just letting the toes be a little bit sprightly. And then draw the left knee in towards the chest. At the same time, start to push the right knee away. You can use your elbow to do this, or you can just use your leg muscles to bring the knee away from you, the right knee. All right, and then again, we find our breath. So this is a big hip opener. This is a reclined pigeon pose. Try to feel where your whole back body is pressing into the mat. Feel supported by the mat so that you can relax as much as possible through the back, through the shoulders, and really concentrate on drawing that left knee in and pressing the right knee away from you. Everything else stays heavy. Gaze is soft or eyes are closed. Nice. And then when you're ready, gently unlock the fingers. Plant that left foot back down. Right leg can lift up just for fun. And then plant it back down again. Oh, hey son. All right. Other side. Left leg lifts, flex the foot, and then cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Once you've got that, lift the right toes off the mat. Shin is parallel. Thread the hands through your little cave that you've made with your legs and around the outside. So fingers interlace behind the right knee this time. We breathe in. And then exhale to draw the right knee in towards the chest. Left knee presses away from the body now. Either we're using the elbow to help us do that work, or we're just using our leg. So the more you find these opposing forces, the more of a stretch you'll feel in the left hip now. And again, just coming back to the breath, remembering to breathe, remembering to keep the feet just a little bit active. And again, feel that your back body is supported by the earth. Sometimes it's nice to bring that awareness to the back, to where the back is connected. Just to remind yourself that you're grounded, that I've got your back, the mat's got your back, your yoga practice has got your back. Take a breath in, and then gently release. That was nice timing, the sun went behind the clouds. Unravel the legs. You can take the legs a little from side to side if that feels nice. Or just taking the knees into the chest, really just finding some movement that feels good. Okay, so this last pose is one of my favorite restorative yoga poses, and it's called legs up the wall. Well, that's at least what I call it. So I'm going to actually do this up against the wall. If you're at home, great. I'm sure you've got an available wall. So what we want to do is bring our mat towards our wall. If you don't have a wall, you can also use a yoga block. But the chances of you having a yoga block and not a wall, I'm sure are less common, right? Okay, I've got a little bit of an angle thing happening here, but the best way to get up the wall is to sit right beside it so that one hip is directly up against the wall. So once you've got that, get all situated. You're welcome to pause the video and get all of this sorted. And then as that one hip, it doesn't matter which side, is up against the wall, we start to we start to lean back as we kick the feet up. Nice. Come down on the back and then scooch the butt up against the wall until you can feel that your bum is really, really close to the wall. And then just let the legs shoot up the wall. Feet are really soft. And then hands can either come to your sides, come to the belly. You can bring one to the heart, one to the belly. So just do something with the hands that feels comfortable for you. Nice. And then as you can feel, if you're in this pose, there's really little effort involved in staying here. Like I said, this is one of my most favorite restorative yoga poses. It's also really great if you've been on your feet all day. And I know for a lot of people who do work on their feet, they often have the lower back issues due to posture. I've had this for so many years. So this is great to let the legs just chill, let all the blood flow in the opposite direction, and really just let gravity do the work here. So if you're feeling comfortable, you can close down the eyes now. Take another deep breath in, the deepest breath that you've taken all day. And exhale, let it go. I highly encourage you to stay here for at least 5 minutes if you have 5 minutes of your life to give. You can either practice your meditation, or I know for a lot of people that's just not possible, it's really hard. I don't care if you're on your phone while your legs are up the wall and you're scrolling through your social media platforms. As long as your legs are up, your body's doing some restoring. But if you can avoid the social media, I would encourage that as well. So this is where we're going to end the practice today. I really do encourage you to stay here if you have the time. If not, you can try and make your way out of this however feels best. Trust me, there's no incredibly graceful way. But I hope this video has helped you in some way. Come back to it anytime you have a little fussy back or anything else like that. When you're ready, bring the hands together, bring the thumbs to the third eye. I wish you all a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Namaste.